Hi, Clive Evans here, founder of the Youth Soul Partnership. Greetings from the Meelick Valley on the west coast of Ireland, week 4 of lockdown. And what are we going to learn this week? Learn? Is that what we're doing here? I hope so, guys, because that's what we're trying to help you do. We're trying to help you use the best of this period to actually do something about your lives. If you like, try and take on board this wonderful first off quotation. Nelson Mandela, a man that knew a thing or two about freedom. I never lose, I either win or I learn. I hope you're going to actually use this opportunity to either win or learn. And if you learn, that means you can win. And it's all about freedom, a Nelson Mandela mantra. Because if we go back to the things that we're using as our core principle here, my wonderful friend Anric Black's Venn diagrams. Stuff that matters and stuff that you can control are really the only two things. That joint bit is the bit you have to really concentrate on. Are you really in control? Or are you dependent? And that to me is the nub of the problem facing many people who look after the super rich and provide them with wonderful lives. Because you have a wonderful life as a result of this, and therefore to a great extent you are dependent. That means you aren't in control. Somebody else is always in control of your destiny. And you don't have to be working for the super rich to get this one in your head. If you're working for somebody else and they're in control, you are not in control of your own destiny. And whatever you create for yourself, or you think you're creating for yourself, they're providing it, and you can lose it at the drop of a hat. Which is why many people in this position really are always worried and looking over their shoulder about what's going to happen next. What I want to suggest to you is that this is a wonderful opportunity to actually empower yourself a bit and try and create independence from dependence. Because the trouble with dependence is the people that foster it to you, it's totally in their interest to do so. Independent thinking is not necessarily a great idea for those in control. So try thinking on that a little bit harder. You see, I have a dream. That's what the Youth Soul Partnership's all about. Sorry to steal things from Martin Luther King, another great hero. I'm a 60s child. Well, I'm a 50s child, actually. You know, I have a dream. I believe that we can actually help people do this. You see, we believe that everyone that creates a perfect life for the super rich should have the opportunity to create a dream life for themselves. And what I'm trying to do here is help you to see that there's a path to break that chain of dependency and provide you with some encouragement towards independence. Because independence has clearly got to be where you really want to be, or you don't. Fine, if you want to remain dependent. I'm preaching to the wrong end of the room again. For those of you that can see that this dependency is marvellous, but somehow or other you need to create something else for yourselves, keep listening, because that's what we're all about. Stuff that matters. Stuff that you can control, stuff. And if we take it on to the next bit, here's the clever bit. Stuff that you can matters, stuff that you can control, and stuff that you can schedule something about. You can say to yourself, I'm going to do something about this, and I'm going to start now. I am going to empower myself to do something for me. I wrote this up yesterday. I help yacht captains and all those that provide dream lives for the super rich create a path from dependence to independence. Life and money on your terms. That's what I do. That's what I want to help you do. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I'm just trying to get you to see the way ahead. And the trouble with some of this is, it's tough. You know, it's really tough. Try this one. If you want to do something really serious, you're going to have to turn your back on the crowd. A man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd. So, you might have to kind of ignore a lot around you and actually say, This is what's important to me. What's important to me? Creating something for myself that cannot be taken away from me. Remember my story last week about my huge income, my Porsche 911 Cabriolet back in the 80s. Taken away from me within a week, and I thought that would go on forever. I vowed never ever to be dependent again, and to help other people find the true path to independence. So that's what we're going to try and do in this whole series. So what I want you to try and concentrate on now is, what can't you control? It's pretty obvious actually by now. And as long as you can get your head around the things you can't control, in the next meeting we'll kind of talk about what to do next. Gosh, could be some interesting stuff here. Try this. One last message. Nietzsche, wonderful German psychologist. Few are made for independence. It's the privilege of the strong. Have you got the strength for that? Let's see you next week.